is off. Thank you so much. I did not realize that. So let me go ahead and explain everything that I just explained so that I can make sure you guys can learn what I was attempting to teach here. Thank you. I'm glad that we could at least find the humor in it, right? So today we're going to be talking about a posture that, and this is actually exciting a little bit because thank you. I'm really excited because even more so because now I get to keep you in suspense all over again. So I am going to keep you in suspense a little bit. I'm really, really excited for today's posture. We are going to be teaching you something that really embodies the the whole wellness journey that we're on with our animals. It it really gives you a chance to embody how beneficial it is to start small, to go slow, to ask for a helping hand. And this posture embodies how our animals really do assist us in our yoga practice because it's a posture that they actually support as you're getting into the posture. They help to guide your muscles, so to speak. So, without further ado, Waffles and I today are going to teach you how to practice Cobra pose with your animals. This is also very exciting because this is the last posture we that we're going over before I teach you guys an animal assisted sun salutation next week. So for this posture, you want to come flat to your belly. You want your feet touching the ground, your legs as much as possible. In order for your legs and shins and everything to be actually like physically connected to the ground, you do need to have a lot of ankle flexibility. So that part is not like super crucial. It the the motion is what we're going for here. So as you press the tops of your feet into the ground, notice that sometimes that can lift your shins up. So if you make an effort to drive your shins into the ground, you'll notice some action in your calves, and that's all you need is just to feel the sensation that you feel as you're trying to make that movement. You are so beautiful. That was a really cool trick. That was really cool. All right, I will give you something for that. Go get it. It went over there. Go search. Use your sniffer. Good girl. She forgets to use her sniffer. So as you're on the ground, driving driving all of your limbs into the ground, then you'll bring your hands directly under your elbows to kind of create almost a 90-degree angle. Obviously, while your chest is still on the ground, this is not a 90-degree angle, but so long as your wrist is directly under your elbow, you are creating a 90-degree angle with the mat. So that's the more important part is to have your arm create like a perpendicular line to the mat, as much as is comfortable. Remember, you always want to stay within your natural range of motion. Make sure your body feels nice and safe. Good girl. Yes. You are so cute and good. Yes, you are so good. Now, when you are interacting with your animal in this posture, it's really helpful to have pockets closer to your chest. I'm sure that you'll notice in a lot of my other videos, usually my pants pockets are stuffed full of treats. But in this posture, when your hands are underneath your elbows, that puts them pretty much right next to those chest pockets. So it's going to be a lot easier to access the treats if they're in your chest pockets in between demonstrations, in between practices, than it would if they were down here, because then you have to get out of the pose fully, bring your hands down, reach into your pocket. All of those little seconds add up, and they're going to interfere with how quickly your animal learns how you want them to interact with you. So as with any posture, your animal can interact with you in an infinite number of ways. And I really do encourage you to allow your animal to interact freely so that you can be inspired by their movements and find an interaction that feels really natural and authentic to you in your relationship with your animal. The one that I'm going to show you today is a way to teach your animal to help guide your muscles in this posture. So go ahead and take a treat or two treats, whatever. I've got zucchini is what we're working with today on waffles. We got some zucchini. Good girl. And then come back to that neutral cobra position where you're on your belly and you have your hands underneath your elbows. Okay. And then here, we're going to guide our animal onto our legs. So one thing to remember, one thing to keep in mind is when you have your animal on your legs, if you're using a treat, it works out just fine because you're going to deliver it to them from your hand. But if you're using a toy, your hands are going to be busy for most of the time that you're in this posture. So it's got to be something they can play with on their own. And if they're using a toy, I really recommend making sure that you lure them in a position to face your feet so that there are no accidental bites or scratches. Waffles. So with a treat, you'll lure them onto your legs. Stand. Nope, that's not stand. Thank you. You need them standing to start, but Waffles was waiting for me for a long time. All right, we'll lure them onto your legs and ask them to lay down. Good girl. Okay, so now you can feel their weight pressing your legs into the ground, and you can take that movement and extend it with your muscles, but you are getting a helping hand here. So back in that neutral cobra position, press the tops of your feet into the ground, press your legs into the ground, follow their weight by continually pressing those legs into the ground, squeeze through your glutes, and then use your back muscles to try and lift your torso off the ground. And then exhale, slither yourself back down. And on your inhale, pull your muscles and rise up as tall as you can. Baby cobra. You can also take your hands off the mat if that's fun for you. Like play your own little snake charmer. I think that that's not a real thing anymore as snake charmers. I think that that's a thing of the past, but you can be your own snake charmer. And you'll feel a lot of action in your back as you continue strengthening through that posture. Now, come back down on an exhale. And on your next inhale, press into your feet, legs, and hands. So exhale down, and then on your inhale, press into your feet, press into your legs, squeeze through your glutes, pull through your back, press into your hands, and pull your shoulders down your back. Cobra pose. Now, because these variations differ a lot, I do like to give them different names. I call this king cobra, like after the species, after the zoo placard. And this posture is commonly known as baby cobra. New posture for them and or a new interaction that you're asking them to partake in. Make sure that when you treat your animal, you come all the way down so that you aren't putting any strain on your back trying to hold itself up as you reach for a treat. We want to make sure that we're always being very mindful of our movement. So exhale down, inhale, press through your legs, squeeze through your glutes, pull your shoulders down your back as you straighten your arms. And king cobra. Let's stay in this posture for a moment and just kind of breathe here. Inhale, extend everything. Exhale, pull your shoulders down, press into your legs. Notice that action in your legs and your back. Inhale, notice the stretch through your abdomen, and exhale, pull your shoulders down. Inhale, stretch through the abdomen, and exhale, come all the way down. Give your animal a treat. girl. Ready, Waffles? Off. Thank you. Thank you. Do you want to try some more interactions? Go to bed. Nope, not that one. Good girl. Now to come out of this posture and neutralize your spine, you want to come to tabletop. So keep your knees down when as you first lift your hips up and then tuck your toes. Lift your hips up, push them back into downward dog, which we've taught in a previous class. Good job, Waffles. You get to have all of those because you didn't steal and you did do a stay. Are there any questions about Cobra pose, how to get into the posture or out of the posture safely, or how to interact with your animal in a way that helps them guide you into the posture? I want to give you guys a little bit of time for your for any questions that you have, so make sure you drop those in the comments. And while I'm waiting for your questions to come through, then I'm going to go ahead and show you a couple other ways that your animal can interact. So I'll go ahead and get back into Cobra posture and I will allow Waffles to interact freely. She's going to be, because we're working with treats, she's most likely going to be offering a bunch of random behaviors, just like she did when I first got into Cobra posture and you saw her do her bow stretch, her big stretch over my legs. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into Cobra posture, release her, and see how she interacts. And Poker Housewife, thank you so much for the question. This particular trick did not take long for Waffles to learn at all. We actually started working on this last week after our last live class, and she learned it within the day. Keep in mind, Waffles learning tricks is just part of Waffles' everyday life. A lot of anytime that we're practicing a new posture, then she's usually learning a new interaction to go with it. Um, so that's part of her mindset is that she's always looking for behaviors to offer and she's looking for me to guide her into a posture herself. So the more that you practice any sort of animal assisted yoga, the quicker that your animal is going to be able to learn each of these tricks and the stronger that your communication is going to be with them, which allows you to again teach them faster. So when I get on my belly and get ready to get into Cobra posture and I guide Waffles, let me grab a treat because I do like to lure her with a treat. And I grab a treat, Waffles stand. I know her well enough to know she's not going to lure easily if she's not already standing. She's going to try and do everything with just her front paws. So I will ask her to stand and then I'm going to put it back here. Waffles around. Move your legs around. We have done a different trick that's around, so I'm going to try and see if she remembers. Waffles around. Nope. Yes. Good girl. See how she moved her feet back that time? So really, it's just about luring your animal where you want them to go and then giving them cues that they're already familiar with. Really building that communication in order to get them where you want them to be. So you can, as long as you're keeping your legs straight and you're not moving in a way that's uncomfortable within your body, you can kind of shimmy yourself around and guide them a little more back. Pause. Yes, more pause. Go. Ready, go. Yes, stop. And down. All the way. All the way down. Good girl, very good. So you can guide them wherever you want them to be. And as you're working out how to communicate with them where you want them to be, you are building those skills and it'll go faster and be smoother and be easier the more that you give your dog these opportunities to sort of work with you to figure out what you guys are trying to accomplish together. Let me see. Can I turn the volume up on my end? I do not know. Let's see. microphone, maybe audio. Okay, that doesn't help me. Let's go and see. Oh, maybe it's in here. Good girl. Oh, here's my microphone. Here we go. Microphone access. Sound settings. Good girl. Okay, here we go. Microphone. All right. Okay, is that better? Can you, Poker Housewife, can you hear me a little bit better now? Okay. Off. Good girl, yes. All right, well, let me know if the volume is a little bit more clear for you. So here we are. Inhale, Cobra pose. Waffles, do you want more treats? Come play. Come play Cobra. Just let her sort of figure out how she wants to interact with me. And the whole time here, while I'm holding this posture and trying to push my legs into the ground while using my back muscles to lift my torso up, my back is getting so much stronger, and that's going to reduce day-to-day back pain, especially in my lower back, as that's the Waffles, honey, can you move out of the camera view? Thank you. As these lower back muscles are the ones that are contracting the most. All right, Waffles, okay, what are you gonna do? You wanna do a trick? What kind of trick? Come here. What kind of trick? You wanna do a round? No, honey. Sometimes, sometimes your animal will get distracted by something outside and you'll want to take a little break, and that's totally fine. Hey, Waffles, come. Yes, good girl. Yes. But if you notice, your animal's going to engage a lot more easily with you. So a lot of times, if Waffles is barking at something outside, I have to go from whatever room I'm in to go check on her. Nope, sit. Thank you. I have to go from whatever room I'm in to check on her, and she'll usually stop barking long enough for me to go and look. If I don't go and look, then she'll start hoofing again because she'll be annoyed that I didn't look. Lay down. Thank you. But when you're practicing animal assisted yoga with your animal, you're already in this learning mindset. So they're already going to be very much more acute. Their hearing is going to be much more acute to what you have to say. They're going to be like obtuse would be like paying attention to everything around them, right? Not really paying super close attention. And they narrow their focus in on you. And even if a little bit of distraction starts to seep in, that it's still much more focus directed at you than it is just when they're off relaxing on the couch or in their bed or anywhere else. So it creates a really great opportunity for you to reinforce that paying attention to me is much more rewarding than paying attention to whatever nonsense is going on outside. Do you want to do more tricks for treats? Not really. Do you want to do more play Cobra? I mean, that's a better response than the last one. Do you want to try some jumps? Are you very worried? You are very worried? That's a lot of eye contact. Yeah, she's pretty concerned about what's going on out there. I am 90% sure that it was the garbage truck. Because it's almost, actually, I don't think it was the garbage truck. But anything else I would have heard because we live on we've got a dirt road. So Waffles, my dear, We're going to teach our friends some more. We're going to show our friends some more Cobra. Do you want to show them some different interactions? Do you want to do more lay downs? No, definitely not. Do you want to do some jumps? Do you want to do some runarounds? You want to do tug? Okay, that's good because I don't know how to tug in this posture, not safely. It's not the same as with upward dog where you can just put something under your hand. Okay, so Waffles is done for right now, which is fine. Oftentimes when Waffles and I practice yoga together, we will do it for like 5-minute increments, or I will do a longer practice and she will join in for a 5-minute increment. Because even that smaller amount of time gives your pet a lot of mental stimulation, and depending on what asana, what game, what sequence you're practicing, it does give them a lot of physical engagement too, which you might have noticed from our last class, Chaturanga. I'm so happy to hear that, Poker Housewife. Thank you so much for your input. Does anyone have any more questions? We've got about 10 minutes left to work on this posture. Our demonstration dog has decided that she's done, but fortunately she did show you the interaction that I wanted to share with you today. But she will absolutely come back for more treats. So if there is something specific that you want me to show you, or if there's something that you needed a little more clarification on, then Waffles and I can absolutely show that to you. Does anyone have any questions? I'm going to grab my water right here and give you a few minutes to pop in any final questions that you might have before we sign off. Waffles, come. I actually do want to bring up one more thing. I did show you, sit. Thank you, stay. I did show you how you can have your animal go a little bit further away from your tush to help you in this posture. But I do want to emphasize that it's most helpful to have your pet closer to your tush. Have the majority of their have the majority of their weight be closer to your tush. You want their mouth facing away from you if you're using a toy. My dog is very food motivated, so we are using treats. But regardless of which method you're using, you do want their weight, at least at the beginning, to be closer to your tush. Because like I said before, if you don't have the flexibility in your ankle to keep your shins against the floor, then there's going to be a little bit of a gap there, and you don't want to be using your animal's weight to push your limbs out of their natural range of movement. You want their weight to always be supporting you, helping you get stronger, helping you get more flexible, not helping you get injured. So I do want to demonstrate one more time for you and really emphasize the location where, at least at the beginning, you should have your animal. That way, as you start to become more in tune with your body, then you can explore more interactions and different places where your animal can lay to help you build strength. But it's very important for you to be aware of how your body feels before you start doing those things. All right, Waffles, over here. Wait. Okay, so on our belly, Waffles, legs. Honey, legs. Thank you. Yes. So we really, really want our animals to be like across our hamstrings, driving our quads into the mat. And that way, this brings your attention back to your legs so that it's easier for you to press the tops of your feet and press through your calves to drive your shins as close to the mat as is natural for you in your body. And your animal's weight is driving your upper legs down and it's easier. Good girl. I know I did see that car drive past. I did see them and you don't need to worry about it. Good dog. So your animal's weight is driving your quads into the ground. So you want to continue that motion, which feels so natural as you push your feet, your calves, push through your feet, push through your calves, and then push through your quads. And by the time you get to that area where your animal is laying, then you start to really feel very comfortable. And it just becomes natural to push through your quads, squeeze through your glutes. And then when you contract through your back, you automatically start rising up and you still feel your feet in contact with the ground. Now, when Waffles is not on my legs, notice the difference. I'm going to do this in the way that I usually do, not in the way that I teach, in the way that just comes naturally before I remind myself to do things. When she's on my legs, I'm very conscious of that weight on my legs. And so it's very natural to push my feet into the ground and through my legs lifting up. Now Waffles, bed. Good girl, stay. Now without her on my back, let me turn this a little bit so I can make sure you can see my feet. All right, so now without her on my back, I do press through my feet, press through my legs, press into my quads, squeeze my glutes, it's kind of more like a checklist. But as I pull through my back, notice my feet kind of start to come up. I have to be conscious of pushing my feet into the ground as I lift through my back. And it's much more of a struggle than it is if Waffles is on my thighs. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope that you've enjoyed today's class. If you have, please make sure that you like this video, share this post with a friend, comment if you can, and of course, make sure that you're subscribed to me. We have so much more animal-assisted yoga to share with you. Make sure that you're subscribed to us across all of our social medias because we've got a lot of fun content to share. We will see you guys next week for our sun salutation class. See you next time.